So life, what is life? What's alive? What do we consider living? Are the things that we consider living, are they the only things that are alive? Alright, the sun. Is the sun alive? I've got this suspicion, right? That the sun is imagining stuff. Like it's imagined, so we know where metals came from, right? They got imagined in suns. You created in suns. That was just a form of an explosion. Or they imagined them. Like it didn't exist before. Like if I fucking if I say I've got a drink and I want to put my drink on something. Oh, what am I going to put my drink on? I'll use my imagination and imagine a table. Then I can make a table. Maybe that's what suns are doing with like iron and copper and gold and all that shit. So like maybe, and then planets, maybe they imagine stuff too. Like I imagine, oh, you know, systems of wind and like a circulatory system of like getting the water. Oh, like the water's here. That was like imagined in the sun, and some fucking crazy explosion that happened with stuff in space. Isn't that mad? Like suns imagined water. Cop that. So I've got this water, and it's like, whoa, there's these like, you know, there's this bubbling process of molten rock inside me, which got imagined in suns, which exploded and put stuff there. Now it's in me, and so like now I'm starting to imagine, consider, oh, it's a balancing system of some kind. Let's balance all these things out so we can make an environment, some kind of environment that's what I'm getting at is the fucking whole thing's alive. I can't prove it. Maybe I'm wrong. But the whole fucking shebang, it's all alive. What's not alive? Tell me. The park bench that I'm sitting on, is that alive? Not maybe it's got life all over it. There's mold everywhere. Bird poo, which has got probably some fucking wriggling kind of life in it. Everything's alive. What is life even then? What is it? Just imagination. Just imagining things. Like I was imagined before I became like whatever I think that I am. I say I, like I'm an I. What is the I? Is it my body? Nah, because that's just a fucking corpse that's got me in it. I'm stuck inside it. Whoever I am, then what am I? Well, maybe I'm, dunno, I've got this other idea where like I'm portioned, like there's one energy, right, that everything's made out of. One spirit which is animating all the things, right? One soul, because what even is that then? Like no one knows. It just starts fights, that kind of terminology. So there's one, and I've got a piece of it in me now. It's got as much of it as it can fit in my body. I call it mine, this body, this bit that belongs to the earth, from dust and to dust and all that. So this piece of dust, what's got stuff and like loads of fucking things had to be imagined or like created or invented or conceived of first, right? So the things that stuck are the things that I've got in this body, right? The ideas that stuck, all this circulatory system that took a long time to get there, right? All just ideas stacked on top of each other. Like eventually you get teeth and they can, don't look at my teeth, eventually you get teeth and then you can actually chew into stuff instead of just sort of absorbing energy from your skin or whatever, if you've even got skin, or just sort of assimilating stuff from the environment. So I've got this body, and the body was made in like suns as well, and there's a spirit in it, right? But is it like a distinct and individual spirit, like some would have you believe? So if I have a past life that was just whoever I'm being now, but I was being that then, or are we all like, if there is past lives and is there future lives, and then is it, if there's all just one life, then we all have exactly the same past lives. I'm one of your past lives now, and you're one of my past lives now, and one of my simultaneous lives, because you need time to have a past, and that's probably made up too, right? So everything gets turned into everything else eventually. So none of it's real, and it's all being imagined. So this is the idea. This is the idea that I've got, right? So say imagine something, right? You could say imagine something nice like an apple in your hand, or say something fucking horrendous like a mushroom growing out of your shoulder. Imagine you've got a mushroom growing out of your shoulder. Like, just imagine it. You can touch it. What does it feel like? You know, it's your imagination, but is it there? You can feel that. You can if your imagination's good, you can start to pick it off, like tear it off your elbow. Did it hurt? Did it? I don't know. I'm not. You know, I'm not you. Did it hurt? Did it feel like nothing? Does it all back and smooth now on your elbow? Was it smooth to begin with? Now you've got this mushroom in your fingers, right? You can twirl it around. What does it look like? Can you see it clearly? How clearly can you see it? If you just put it in the palm of your hand, your imaginary hand, I hope you haven't got mushrooms growing out your elbows. If you put this mushroom in your imaginary hand and just like, how good can you see it? How still is the image? Like if it was your phone and that was in your hand and you could turn that around. How good is it? Because something is imagining all of this. Like it's already been worked out the hows, it's already been worked out the whats, but the iteration of it is being imagined, right? Like the actual mushrooms on the ground. Like, yeah, okay, they're being mushrooms. Maybe it's all written into the code of their fucking blueprint. But like for me to pick it up and I hold it in my hand, I can see it there. So I try and do that inside my own head with like an apple or a mushroom, an elbow mushroom. And how good can I see it there? Because it's like seconds and the thing's weird and it moves around. It's like an AI generated video. It starts turning into other things. It's got all kinds of things going on. This is like here's consistent. It's mostly consistent. That's the thing that allows us to imagine that we have sanity, is the things that consist. Consistence. Just a suggestion, I don't know. Probably talking bullshit. Who cares?